Little Flower from Houston, Texas, speaking of topics regarding gang stalking, gaslighting, charading, and being milligrammed. If you don't know what milligram is, I'll explain it to you another time. But in a quick summary synopsis of what a milligram is, they're the ones that do the death marauding themselves. What is the death marauding? You know, all of that street theater, bullying, harassing, being stalked. The people that do that, those are milligrams. Milgrams. We get the term milligram from Stanley Milgram, who had done the Milgram experiment. So if you do not know what that is, look it up. Educate yourself. So, update on my situation. So, today happens to be August 1st, 2021. This hardcore in your face gang stalking business began October of 2020, and November of 2020 it was up my ass pretty bad in your face. So at any rate, what happened to me was when I began to realize what was going on, the gang stalking, that was obvious. But when I began to realize what was going on, I learned what the stages of the gang stalking template is. And one of the templates is work mobbing. And basically, they're trying to run you off your job and then blacklist you from other places so you can't work your career. So, I didn't know that. I educated myself and I found out. So, that's when the bigger picture, the more holistic picture came into focus. It's kind of like, who the fuck is doing this? And why? You know, but at any rate, when I realized what was going on, I had an incident at work. I work as a paramedic in emergency services. And the private company I was working for, I had a supervisor by the name of Russell Noble who accused me on a telephone call of stealing a narcotic, which I did not. And, dude, I just want to go to work, take care of my biz, go home, done, you know? So, if they weren't going to say anything about it, I'm like, fuck that shit. I asked the man, Russell Noble, if I could see the fucking narcotic log. He denied me. Yeah, he denied me. So that was during the summer with the onset of COVID, when it was big and scary and everybody was on lockdown. My supervisor treated me like that. Okay. We are progressive enough as a culture to have mobilized forward that while you may represent a subculture such as myself, we do have ways of being professional. And if they didn't like what I was sporting, they could have found more holistic ways to solve the issue rather than, I guess, try to run me off. But the problem with that was that there was another station. I understand it was the College Station, allegedly, where they allegedly knew who was stealing that particular narcotic. But the postulation is they were making me their fall guy. For two reasons. It's a good old boy country there. in Habibi land. And I do love your music and everything with your ethnicity. But they don't take too kindly to women, do they? Stereotypically. So, with the gang stalking, gaslighting, and charading, my hypothesis had been they attack my character, and it doesn't matter if it was right, it doesn't matter if it was wrong. All it matters is to throw shade on somebody's character and get others to believe it. So, in November, my compadre squirrel found what appears to be a crack pipe planted in my Jeep Wrangler. She found that. So it was my postulation that they were going to find said paraphernalia while I was on the clock at my job. Yeah, man. That's some fucked up shit. So what I decided to do was video document, log what is going on to validate my experiences so others can learn and so I can have a record of what was been happening to me. And I stopped going to work. It was simple as that. If somebody is having heat exhaustion, first line, get them out of the fucking heat. If somebody has burns, get them out of the fucking fire. If somebody has hypothermia, get them out of the cold. Bring them in. Warm them up. So if your employer is throwing shit on your character with felonies, get the fuck out of Dodge, bitch. Go. So guess what? I wanted respite more than anything. And time to figure out my video logging and journaling. So I asked for respite in the beginning because I hadn't made the connection yet with how the gang stalking infiltrates your workplace and then uses that as a catalyst to disempower somebody at the source and then blacklist them from other places with what their special skill set and trade had been in. So I became financially destitute and bankrupt, you know? And that don't come for me none. Nobody gets my lunch money. But it was concerning. And more than anything, I just wanted to get out of Houston for a while. However, you can leave wherever you are throughout the world, anywhere, and go move somewhere else, to another continent, across the country. But this gang stalking bullshit, this is worldwide. So just because you leave one locality does not render you impervious to it happening somewhere else. While I had been aware of it, I did manage to get out of Houston for a while. And because I was working at a private company by the name of City Ambulance. And I picked up temporary work as a travel paramedic and went out to Denton, an HCA-owned hospital, and picked up temporary work through Maxim Agency, whatever, staff agency. I had a great great time through Maxim. And with regards to the hospital, um, guess what? If you guys have been learning the template of what gang stalking comprises, can you guess what happened at the next place? I was like, man, I got out of this place for a while. This can't follow you everywhere. That's crazy. That's lunacy. That doesn't happen. Well, I was banking on that. Guess what? I was out there, I don't know, 12, 13 weeks. Beginning was chill. By the time I wrapped up, guess what? These people, this HCA owned hospital, oh, incidentally, City Ambulance has a contract with them. I thought it'd be okay. So what if the owner of City Ambulance, where Russell Noble was my supervisor, who was a basic that should have been a paramedic, but they let him anyway? There's a lot of dissension amongst the masses for that one. Who accused me of taking a fucking narcotic when I didn't? Never gave me paperwork, denied me looking at the narcotic log, and just poof, let it go on in the background. Well, you know, just because you have some psychotic ass bullshit going here, yeah, I think it would be like there too. Bitch, it was there too. So, but in summary, I could deconstruct it another time. These people accused me of taking a weapon to work when I did not. They wouldn't even tell me what kind of weapon. I'm like, was it? I have a rainbow pocket knife. Was that it? Did you think it was a gun? It's have a lot of electronics. Could look like a pistol packed in there. But instead of calling security and like ironing it out, then like 3 days pass, and then accused me and wouldn't even let me speak to my accuser. And incidentally, it's in their guidelines and policy that they're supposed to. They didn't follow any of it. And I was able to partake in their continuing education hours and videos that they have for HCA employees. They're supposed to, you know, advise each other, uplift each other, you know, and not be the stick in the mud. Oh, there was a few of those. But yeah, suffice enough to say, it happened. Shit happened there too. So, whenever that job was wrapping up, you know, I'm a prayer-filled woman. Prayed on it. I'm always in a constant state of prayer. And if you weren't before all this gang stuff happened, you should be one by now. It'll help you amp your spiritual everything in so many ways. Being gang stalked will do that to you. But after my tenure was wrapping up, I prayed on it, and I had a dream that I went to this particular employer, and they had tanks, you know, for their rigs, and everything was so normal, and I was so happy there. And then so while I was gone, I was offered a job there. And this employer is very familiar with me. And they took me back. And it was so beautiful because it was like the job and Denton ended early. And like the next day, boom, I got a job offer. And if I hadn't had the dream about the tanks and me going to work for this employer, I would have thought it was a setup. But it's amazing. God answers your prayers before you ask, as it is written, and it was true for me. I was really excited to go to my new employer, and they're very good, ethical people. Ethical people, and I've been having a really nice time there. So I'm gonna wrap it up at 15 minutes here, and that's somewhat of my update status on the gang stalking right now. August 1st, 2021.